What's up? It's the ghost in the building. We back. We back. I don't know what it's going to happen today, but we're back. We want to actually do a review of the stream that came out yesterday. Was it yesterday? Yeah, it was yesterday. So, yeah, stream 163 for the dev for Warframe. Went over a lot of stuff. The things like I actually went 2 hours. We finished up right before, but went ahead and jumped into it. So, bring this music down a little bit. I think that music is pretty loud, so bring it down, see if I can get it about where I need it to be. Kind of listen to it, so it's kind of loud, but anyway, get into it. I adjusted and get my settings dialed in pretty good. And pretty soon, but right now, I can tell it's a little bit off. But anyway, so let's get into it, man. I'm gonna run around for a second. My man WUKONG is basically part of the stream information that we need to talk about. Some things coming out from my man. Well, not really for him, you know. It's really, I can't bring him out, but it's for his twin. So I'll jump into that too. So I'm gonna try and keep everything in order. Then I'm gonna show a couple of things on the screen that if you saw it, you already know. But just give my own reaction and takes to it. Some things I may know more about, some things I don't, so I won't really touch too much on those things. So I'm gonna go ahead and jump in. Then we'll go. Actually, I'm gonna run around with the gun real quick, just kind of give you an idea of some of the stuff that may change, just a little bit. So WUKONG, when you have his twin out, if you switch to your main weapon and then you go ahead and change it out. Let me go check. I think it's good. I think I still have it loud. Didn't sound like it turned down that much. Yeah, it's still kind of loud. My goodness. All right, I hope I got it down low enough. You know, when you're doing you're getting your stuff dialed back in. Anyway, so let's go ahead and jump out here. I usually run this a lot. Mainly I just do it to get parts. I used to do like the high end. I'm switch this off STEELPATH. This is back to the normal stuff. Let's go normal, people. It should be normal. All right, we're gonna jump back in. So let's go back over. So I'm gonna jump over here to Pluto. And I'm gonna go over here to the spy mission. Let's run this today. So I run this a lot. I run it a lot just to get parts. I used to do the veil a lot, but the thing is, the veil, you're doing higher end things. It takes a little bit longer. Whereas over here, if your ship is basically juiced out, you good to go. You can do whatever you want. So it's not a big deal. I know people. This scene right here, I really love it. I like it a lot. Oh no! So. No, but yeah, when you go ahead and if you're trying to get parts, let's say you're trying to get endo, pretty much this is where you want to go get endo. There may be other places, but most time the Railjack's the best one. The veil's good, but the thing is sometimes they'll mix your drop, so it won't always be tier 3. Sometimes it'll be like tier 2. Every once in a while it'll be like tier 1, so it's kind of but when you go here, you definitely get tier 2, but you get a lot more because you can take out a lot more ships. So, and I usually don't run with a group because the group's always trying to blow through the mission, whereas I'm trying to collect as many parts as I can to sell for endo. So I'm gonna run it a lot longer. So let me bring that game up a little bit too. I got it turned down. So I'm gonna bring it up, see how it sounds. Actually, here pretty good. So may not need it up too much. So we'll see how it goes. So anyway, so we're about to get in here. I got a full ships, full out, man. It's fully stocked. I really kind of wish they would have kept some of the old kind of things in here where you didn't have to depend on your energy so much because it locks it into one frame. I know they're always trying to minimize the weapons. That's what the actual dev stream was about. This last one was like, hey, these weapons are being used so much and people are in a sense abusing them, but at the same time they're making adjustments, whereas on here they made adjustments to quote unquote try and get people to play together. So just some of the settings in here didn't make a lot of sense, but I'm not gonna go too far into that. I'm just gonna go in here, kind of play and see, show some of the stuff WUKONG Twin can do. They showed it on the dev stream. They showed it more from an abusive standpoint. You know, I don't really know. I mean, it depends. You know, some people do it, but my thing is I use my dude for sure. And he's actually one of the best one. He's actually one of the best spec. Well, yeah, I would say best specters you can get your hands on. I mean, you got a lot of ones that you can run, that you can drop, but he's one of the best to me. So I'm gonna switch over to my melee. So that means he's gonna take my main weapon and he's gonna take care of business while I'm working. So now if I switch back, he's gonna go to melee. So as soon as I switch to melee, he goes back to the weapon. He's firing. Now the other part is they talked about AoE, so we'll get in that too. So you can see the AoE on this. I'm actually running the OGRIS and I'm running the Kuva version. Just picked it up. I want to say just picked it up. I want to say last week finally, right? So now I'm back on the mine. Now I'm gonna switch back to my melee and let him do what he does. Now they were gonna mess with the cloud too, which was kind of irritating, but you know, I'll tell you what happened on that if you haven't seen it. But this is my dude running. I'm running around and he's just helping. He's making sure to be a happy camper, right? He's being very happy in the building. Let's see. All right, let me switch this. All right, so I usually like running him on here more so because of the cloud. Like I use a twin, but I usually focus more on the cloud because of the fact I can get through things quickly. So certain missions I go on, I use them a lot. And then when you do stealth, like not stealth, when you do spy missions, really good, right? It's really good. And I didn't know the same thing about Limbo, which is sad. I've been playing the game so long, it's ridiculous. But I didn't realize Limbo has a little feature too that I never really used them for until I started playing on PC when I was leveling again. And I'm like, oh, okay. But the overall total package, I would have to say is WUKONG right now. Depending on what they're gonna do. Now this is all gonna adjust during the Veil. When the VEILBREAKER comes out, that's when it's going to actually, it's interesting when I think about that. VEILBREAKER. No comment. If you know anything about, you know, Jesus, anything like that, the Bible, read that, they always talk about veils, and there was a thing at the Commonwealth Games, whatever it was, and they had a bull and they basically took this veil off his head. So anyway, you do your research on the background of that just to kind of get a understanding where that might be going. But I just thought that was interesting. No comments. So anyway, I'm switching between the two. I mean, it's seamless. And so I really like losing my dude a lot. I use him, like I said, I use him on this mission quite a bit because of the speed of it, really, you know. And basically I sometimes just hang out in the building. You can see some of the little yellow icons sitting around the map. That's things that my ship is actually, or the crew on the ship is destroyed, and I just need to go pick them up. Recently I've been trying to use the actual pilot on here, so I do kind of have my crew set up for piloting. Now the one thing you'll notice is like I'm not firing right now, and that's something they added to the game after the update, which was, it's been a while, but I just really didn't think it was wise because they said they didn't want you shooting as the pilot, so it would allow the other people on the ship to shoot. But the thing is, most time, even if you play with a group, most time people jumping off the ship, right? And they're shooting at the same time, so it's not a big deal, but it does slow down when you're playing by yourself because you have to almost come to a stop to start shooting again, which is annoying, right? So I really, sometimes like, and the good thing is I know they play the game, right? I know they play the game, but it's almost like you should have two different settings, one for solo and one for a group play, or co-op play, right? Because some of this stuff is just tedious, right? Some of it's kind of tedious. You know, you're playing by yourself, and so now you got to run to the back and pick up stuff. Gotta pick up stuff. So let's get back to the twin. Let's see what I gotta do before I get on the ship. Because like I say, this is a spy mission, so they're gonna take out a lot of the enemies as I'm running around. And my ship right now is really set up just for taking out stuff. It's not really set for speed. It'll move if I switch it over to the speed settings, but I don't really have it set up like that. I have it set up just for taking out as much as possible. So if you show up and you come in here, you think, oh, we're gonna blow that railjack out the sky. Yeah, you probably should have did more research. Should have did more research, baby. So anyway, we're gonna go through here and we'll get into the Cloud Walker. So we'll run through here just to give you kind of a background of it, so you can see if you haven't played with WUKONG or you're new to the game, you're like, okay, what's with this dude? Now the good thing about WUKONG is if you don't have them, right, or if you basically if you get in a clan, because that's the way to get them, you can go into a clan and basically build them in the dojo. So if you're part of a clan that's already set up, they probably got them researched, and then you just go ahead and build them. And that's basically one of the best. He's not the best frame in the game, but man, he's definitely a good frame. He's definitely a good frame. You know, he's somebody you want in your crew. So the other part is you'll notice I'm falling down when I fire. So I'm gonna fire this weapon. If I'm close enough to something, it's gonna knock me down to the floor, right? So they went into that too on the stream as well. So I'm gonna cover all that. But this is me and my dude. So I'm gonna switch to my blade, and I'm gonna go ahead and get it started. Try and shut this down. So my twin's covering everything right now, and we should. Okay, hacking it started. So now I'm looking for the little red guys to show up. Anything red means it's a target, right? So we gotta go get the target. I don't see anybody yet. Now these dudes do hit hard. Now we're gonna go cloud. So when you first discover cloud, you realize, wow, this is different. This is different, baby. This is different. This is different. Let me see what we got. Is somebody else around here? And the weapon, so it's a lot of stuff that just kind of it's fun, especially when you run solo. Helps you a lot when you get a lot of crowd or a crowd of people, or sometimes you get yourself in trouble. I mean, that's gonna happen. You get yourself in trouble, and now you need something to at least cause some havoc. You need something. You don't need something just kind of negotiate. You need the one to end the talks, right? The talk's over at this point when this part shows up. So that's kind of what I think about this weapon, and just having your backup guy. So I'm waiting to see. All right, here we go. Let's go get this person here. All right, here we go. We're coming up here. Okay, so see. So that right there, they will probably say, because the biggest thing they were talking about was botting. So we'll get into that too. But I guess the gist of it is they don't want something that's automated in the game to a degree. But I mean, Misa's automated. I mean, she's automated. You know what I'm saying? No comment. She's automated. her main build is automated. That's all I'm gonna say. So you can see my twin is taking them out. So to me, it's not too big of a deal. But then we'll get into that part. So I think I'm almost done. I might have one more. Usually I have a big boy show up. Most time I run around. Now I do use them a lot when I'm doing this quickly. Or if you need to, you just drop your big boy in the game. If you don't have one, you need to get you one. That's all I'm saying. Get you one of these. Build you one. Void Rig is my best one. Now I will say I do use who do I use? What's her name? That's so terrible. I don't even remember her name. The Widow. I don't use it that much, right? Stop me, man. What's wrong with y'all? And I like this because I can just clear it out real quick. You know what I'm saying? Just, hey, I'm sorry. Party's over, people. Party's over. Party's over. My guns are bigger than yours, baby. My guns are bigger than yours. That's all it comes down to, okay? That's just what it is. There's no what do you call it? No skills in that. It's all firepower, baby. You know what I'm saying? When you see them guns pop out, you might want to go and tell yourself it's a problem, man. Get away from this guy. Anyway, so we're gonna go ahead and get this part, finish that out, go ahead and pop back to the ship. So I don't know, it really depends. Like when they showed it on there, we'll get into that. When they showed it as far as people using that in a certain way, I'm like, I get it, because when you're running like fisher missions, things like that, yeah, people use them all the time. But at the same time, they're giving you high level fisher missions, but it's kind of I don't know. It depends on how it comes out, right? Because if it comes out well, then yeah, okay, people, if you can get enough stuff off, it makes sense. But in most part, when I'm doing a fisher mission, and anybody I've looked up doing fisher mission, the goal really has been to, I didn't finish my job, people. What the heck, Ghost? You doing half work, man. What the heck wrong with you? Anyway, let's get in. I thought I hit the button. Oh my goodness, son. All right, but yeah, but most of the time you doing fishermen, I mean, you take help, the capture mission, you just like, you trying to use Kong, you trying to use Volt. Your goal is to get in and out. Fisher missions are not something I'm sitting there trying to be farming. That's just not what I'm doing. I'm trying to get the actual relic and break it, right? Trying to break this relic as quick as possible. And that's it. I don't want to be in there all day. Now, if you're trying to get you're trying to get traces, then yeah, you might be in there, right? You do survival anyway, so those I could probably see survival, but the other capture things like that, not really. I could have. Did I hit the button? Oh, you know what? I must have just walked up to this bud like, yo, you oh, you know, that's what it is. So sometimes you got the little weird bug, man, when you get close to stuff, the X, you see it gets away. So I gotta kind of, every once in a while, I had a little odd moment where you gotta, you know, get perfect. You gotta be perfect, Mr. Perfect in the building, right? So if I want to get out of here without dying, I just, you know, poof, I'm out. You can do that, you know what I'm saying, try and get out of here. So that's why I like, man, I love Wukong. When I discovered this, because I kept watching people vanish, like, or actually wasn't vanishing, they were just out of the mission so fast. And I had Volt, and I'm like, man, how are they outrunning me? And then I discovered, oh, okay, you really can't get faster than a cloud. I mean, it's you're a mist. I mean, come on, what? The wind, you go with the wind? Yeah, there's not a lot you can do with that. Now, don't get me wrong, there's some people that'll give you a run for your money. If you go on certain missions, you're like, man, they moving. A Titania, somebody like that, they can, if they know what they doing, yeah, you be like, wow. So that lets you know I'm still figuring out some things. My dude in trouble? All right, so we just gonna go stupid, because I'm like, why are y'all on my ship? Get off my ship, man. Who on my ship? Did y'all clear it out already? I think they took care of it. Looks like, oh no, we over here. Get off my ship, dude. What's wrong with you? Yeah, you can't use these on every mission. Every mission, but yeah, they make a difference. Now, don't get me wrong, there's certain times you gotta use the other one, the Bone Widow, because there's just so much stuff going on. And yeah, it's just so much. And maybe things you have to do in the midst of it. So I'm gonna leave my dude over there. All right, we're shooting at something. All right. Oh, okay, there's another ship. Now, I don't have to disable this one, but like I said, I usually do this mission more so for the actual parts, because the crew members are actually going to take out most of it when I'm just either in one of these priority targets trying to disable it or something like that. Now, once I go in here, then yeah, that all ceases, right? Because this is the main event. So let's get in here. I'm looking for it. All right, here we go. Where I'm at. Actually, I need to do this real quick. All right, let's get back to it. All right, people, let's get in here. And we're gonna, like, say once again, kind of just focus on the twin, the different attributes of my dude. Now, I'm not actually gonna do the battle part, like actually using certain his abilities. I just use 1 and 2 really. That's all I use mainly when I'm doing these missions. Now I do have 3 removed, so don't look at 3 because 3 doesn't come with Wukong. So if you do, don't expect to come with Wukong. So that's me with the weapon. Now I hope I hope they keep him right. I know he apparently don't take damage, but he apparently does, because I know he dies. So don't get me. So they're saying he's gonna take more damage. So that may kind of take away from him more. We'll see. We'll see. And maybe, like say, depends on your build what he's gonna do or not do. But for the most part, I'm like, come on, man. Wipe them out. All right, so I'm gonna just run through. You'll see the cannons, and also you see the blue flames. That's the weapon, of course, causing havoc in here, which I like. Now I'm just doing it slowly so you can see what he does. In general, I don't do this. Now, sometimes I will. If I'm using a Vara and I'm trying to get my Cephalon status up, I need to get some points with him. I'll just come in here cloaked out and I'll take a bunch of pictures. You know what I'm saying? Technically, you ain't taking pictures, but you're doing scans, but you might as well be doing Instagram posts, because you get like 300 something plus on these. Now, STEELPATH, you get more, right? So it just depends on which one you want to do. But on here, I use that as well if I'm trying to get something done. So I'm gonna let my dude go to smoke so I don't get hurt by that. So that's the thing. Like I say, Wukong is definitely, I know they did a rework a long time ago. Well, not a long time ago, but I remember they said did a rework. I didn't have I saw people doing different videos on him, how much damage he was doing. So now I'm actually switching up. You can see he's gonna go in on the enemy. He's coming straight with the melee. So you can just kind of, you know, you take care of your work, he takes care of his work. We're a happy family. You know what I'm saying? We're all good in here, man. But you know, there's gonna be some things coming out, so we'll get into that. All right, I'm running here. So now I'm gonna go ahead and play it a little bit like I normally do.
The target console is nearby.
Get here with my man.
If you trigger the alarms now, the enemy
and of
will
course,
start destroying data.
He bypasses lasers and everything like that. So with that Cloud Walker, with the speed of it, it's not a whole lot, you know, you really got to deal with when it comes to him. So that makes him like the all around frame. Now I don't do defense missions, but I have done excavator missions with Gloom on them that I have, and that actually makes it really good. Also, when you're doing rescue missions, he has a thing called evaporate, which basically makes the hostage disappear. So you can cloak them out, and if you got a high, like mine is pretty high. Actually, I think it's the highest I could get on the actual, no, it's not the exact highest, but it's pretty high on duration. So my duration is very high, and therefore I can stay in the cloud a long time. But on top of that, if I cloak out the actual hostage, they'll stay cloaked for a long time as well. So that's a big deal, because that way it keeps them safe. If I'm doing like Arcalites or something like that, I don't have to worry about them taking me out like that, because I can actually, you know, go ahead and take them. I can fight them without having to worry about my hostage getting broke off. That takes care of most of that, but you got, now he's gonna, I don't know if he's gonna take that out. He didn't take that out, so we'll wait and see. Let me see. I'm gonna switch to my melee and see if he fires at that. Let's see if he fires at it. Yep, he did it. Okay. Yeah, so I mean, I'm pretty sure they're just gonna do, like, say they're gonna give him some stuff. We'll get in that, but for the most part, I'm like, you know, this is my dude. So I want you to just kind of see some gameplay with him. If you never played him, you know, hey, but definitely he's not my main. I don't really know if I got a true main. I would say if I had to call one, it'd have to be Hildren. Hildren's probably gonna be one of the frames I play the most. For the most part, I play Hildren quite a bit. I play Octavia a lot. I play Saren a lot. But WUKONG, I play him quite a bit. I play him quite a bit because he's fun, right? He's fun, man. He's fun. You know, so now I'm just doing the Cloud Walker. So this is the thing they had mentioned, like, dude, if you, ooh, don't mess me up, player. Don't mess me up.
You're nearing the
all right, so I'm in the building. Now this one, of course, I do like the vaults. I really wish they had more vaults. I know they got all this other stuff they bring in, but I think the vaults is somewhere they kind of lose out on, because they do some pretty cool stuff. Now that you're used to doing them, it's not a big deal, but oh, I'm out of energy. But yeah, if I really wish they would do. Okay, what's with my energy? Okay, why is my energy dropping? Okay, I don't need much, so just give me the, there we go. And technically you can fall to the floor, because by the time the alarms go off, you're gonna hit the ground anyway. You're in there, so as long as you're in the building, it really doesn't matter too much, right? Once you get past what you need to get past, it's all good. So we're gonna go ahead and burn out of here. That is it in here. And my dude, did I lose my dude? Where you at? Where you at, homie? I think I lost my dude. He should pop in with me in a second. Okay, so, oh, there he is. There he is. All right, so let's go, my man. Run around. But I love the seamless, you know, you switch between the two. You want to take over, they take over. And then we'll get into the dev stream stuff in just a moment. Just want to run around WUKONG for a moment, because he the main one that caught my attention. It was some other stuff we'll go over, but he's the main one that I was like, okay, you know, don't mess him up. Do not. Hands off, people. Hands off. That's all I'm saying. Get your hands off of him. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I always feel like. Get your hands off of him, people. Don't trip with me. Don't play with me, man. Don't play with me. I thought I messed it up. So here we go. Let's get over here. yeah, so here we go. Jump into this and go and get some of these things together. So I'm gonna go ahead and jump into the different parts of the dev stream. I'm gonna keep it muted just so I know I got my stuff logged up, but I don't have nothing weird going on. Anyway, so this is early on and finish up the VEILBREAKER. So that's gonna come out in September. So that we got like a few days for that. So they didn't give a specific date, but of course coming out in September. So and they may have, I may have just missed it. So just if you already know, you know. If you don't, then check into that if you need to know the specific date. But you do want to know it because at the end, like basically got like 2 weeks, 2-week window. If you log in, you'll be able to get this frame. So they're gonna show the 50th frame, STYANAX, I think is how you say it, STYANAX. And they had a anime before this, so if you go watch the stream, you'll be able to see the whole anime. It's pretty interesting. I didn't really get into too much. Just jump ahead a little bit here. Yeah, so this is STYANAX right here. You can actually use him. I mean, he looks good to me. His helmet looks good. I kind of feel like it looks like a chicken. Because when they show in the anime, it looked like, okay, a Spartan helmet. But of course, you got to give it the kind of Warframe twist to it. So that's the only thing. But of course, he's going to have a couple of different helmets. And then also, I believe he's going to come out with, not I believe, but she stated that he's going to come out with the, oh man, oh my goodness, I can't think of the void shell skin. So I pretty much have most of those void shell skins. So they're gonna come out with that, and actually I don't even have it on screen. I'm up here talking to you like, yo, what are you talking about, Ghost? Can you put what you talking about on screen? Booyah, got you covered, baby. So like I was saying, so back to what I was saying. So this is the one I was talking about. So look, I like him overall. Of course, somebody's gonna come out with a skin, or somebody's gonna draw something up. It's gonna look crazy. Like, okay, dude, this is just amazing. So they're gonna get into that, man. So I'm looking forward to it. See what he does. Now I'm just gonna cover the main thing, which was his final was the big thing that I thought was pretty cool. But remember, if you want this frame, log in the first 2 weeks of the VEILBREAKER. So when the VEILBREAKER is released, you want to make sure you jump in the game and go check it out. So we're gonna jump ahead here, but she's basically talking about he's gonna be basically giving to you just logging into the game. Okay, you just log into the game. So don't miss this one. You got 2 weeks to log in. Okay, and for you all that you know who you is, just figure something out. Figure something out, man. Figure something out. Okay, that's what you need to do. You need to figure something out, man. So we're gonna jump out here. This is some of the actual artwork or whatever, but we want to get to 31. And they show the different helmets. So we're gonna actually see what he looks like in the game. So this was the actual animation. I was like, okay, that's dope. Okay, that's dope. So he was waiting on my dude to start doing his animation. So he doing pull-ups with one hand, like, I'm the man in the building. I'm like, okay, I'm feeling you. Which means you can get the animation put on somebody else. I don't really care for the stance right there, so it's kind of like, but that one hand is like, Now, if I can, I'm feeling the pull-up. I'm feeling the pull-up, man. And he got that whole Spartan vibe, of course. So that's why I was like, okay, this is dope. Oh, my music is up loud too good. I gotta work on this music, man. So hopefully I got it back down. Let's see. It should drop down in a minute. I didn't realize it was up that high. So I'm working on it. We'll get it down pat and figure out what it's doing. But anyway, so yeah, my dude, I'm just like, okay, this dude is So we're gonna jump around to the next spot. But that pull-up got me, son. The pull-up got me. Alright, so the next spot we're going to is going to be, it's gonna be the ultimate moves that we have. So I'm not gonna go into all the other stuff. It looked okay. The ultimate looks pretty cool, man. It looks pretty cool. I don't know what you're gonna need to really, pull it out. You know how you boost things up. So this is them actually showing the actual final ability, number 4. The 4th ability, baby. The 4th, the one that's like, yo, It's the end of the game. We don't have nothing else left. We need to figure out something to do. This is all we got. And then it's like, you know, rip from the shreds. So anyway, I'm at the 1-5. Here we go. All right, here we go. We're gonna get here and we're gonna do the. I think they're gonna do it just one person. Yeah, it was just one person left. So it's gonna, sometimes you're just the last person, unfortunately. So it looks pretty cool, man. It looks pretty cool. Overall, yeah, I mean, it looks pretty cool. Man. So it depends on what it does, you know, in actual play, right? You know how it is. We just gotta see what it does in play. So, and then they went into some other things about battling or whatever. But so we'll jump on to the next thing I wanted to cover. The next thing I wanted to cover is going to be the actual about the Syndicate. They kind of talked about it, but they wasn't 100% clear on what to expect from the Syndicate. Basically, the sigils that you get, they don't give you points anymore. So that's kind of like, I'm not sure on that, because my big thing about the Syndicate is once you get everything set up, you know, once you've done the mission to get yourself maxed out, and you're also getting points from wearing that sigil, it helps speed up the process. So this time, okay, my music is just too loud. I don't know what the heck. I'm gonna turn it all the way down. I'm not sure why my music is still up so loud. So I'll probably have to make an adjustment on that. So bear with me, people. Bear with me. I don't know why it's still loud. I have no clue why it's still loud. I'm gonna have to probably just turn it out. Yeah, I'm gonna have to turn it out. That is interesting. So I'm gonna just turn it out. I'll turn the music out for now, because I'm not really sure why it's still loud. Alright, so we'll work on that later. Try and figure that part out. But anyway, so back to this. So we got my dude. Of course, if you played the new war, you'll know about this. So, but I'm not really going into that too much. I wanted to jump into the Syndicate part. And like I said, it wasn't 100% clear as far as the actual, like how you're going to earn points to get. So you basically just pick a Syndicate and then you're loyal to them, right? But it doesn't tell you how you build up that rep. So I'm not sure if you're going to have to start to do the missions again, so that'll keep leveling, because right now once you get it done, you don't really have to do any Syndicate missions to level back up. And that's good, because that's just less grinding you got to do, because I don't do Syndicate missions anymore. I really don't, man. I don't really do Syndicate missions, man. It just kind of a waste of time. Well, to me it's a waste of time once I got to a certain level, and it's just good. Once you got the sigil, you just got it on you just keep it moving. So I'm trying to look for the part that I had about the actual, where she was talking about the sigils and the Syndicate, and I'm not really seeing it in here, so maybe I didn't mark myself correct on here. Okay, 47. All right, it's 4738. So let me get to that. All right, yeah, so here it is. So basically there's no points on these, as they were stating, or they state in here, and then you basically just go pick a Syndicate to actually, you know, be loyal to. That I'm just like, you know, so this right here was the part where they tell you where you go and pick who you want. But at the same time, my question is, and I think I'm loud too. Let me bring myself down. I think I'm loud too. So, but the thing is on this, when it comes to the actual Syndicate, you know, I don't know, man, because that just adds extra that you got to do. So I don't know if you're going to be gaining the same kind of rep just because you pick them up, or if you got to go do the actual missions to keep that rep, you know, re-leveling back up to the top. Because really the only reason you're leveling back to the top is either A, to get the relic packs, or B, there's some items you want to pick up. Of course you want to get all your cards, but once you get all your cards and maybe you want the weapons and, you know, the things you want, after you get all that, then really you just need to level up for your Alexis adapter or Exis adapter for your gun. And then, like I say, the relic packs. If you do the actual, do this, well, I can't think what they call specters. If you do the specters, then yeah, you might do it to get one of those. But yeah, the main things you're gonna do on repeat is the adapter for your gun and the relic packs, you know, and like I say, maybe the specters. It depends on which one they offer, right? They got the rolling ball. You
killed him with one blow.
Not with the rolling ball. Not with the rolling ball. That's all I'm saying. Not with the rolling ball. So anyway, so I don't know, man. I'm not really, you know, I probably have to go look at, because they say they have notes at the dev stream. This is my first time really reviewing one of their streams, but I know they say sometimes they have actual, like a whole breakdown, like on the Warframe website that goes into more detail about it. So I'm not sure, but pretty much, like I say, you just pledging. Let's see, pledge earn as standing. So you get 50. So maybe what it is, once you pledge, you just get it, so you don't have to have that on you. So maybe that's what it is. And to me, I noticed they talk about fashion frames a lot, and that's cool. But I think that sometimes takes away from the game, because it's really, don't get me wrong, they got some, I mean, stuff look dope in the game. Stuff looks dope in the game, but there'll be certain things I'm looking at, like when I'm fighting to have my Spectre, the Spectres can fight pretty good at times. Maybe use some of that actual, you know, AI to fight against us, and, you know, give it more challenging, you know, because that, I was like, I got caught off guard when my Spectre switched on me when I was on a nightmare mission, like, ooh, that's not good. But when I thought about it after the fact, I was like, okay, that was pretty fun. Trying to take out your Spectre and knowing he could one-shot you, that's like, crazy, right? So anyway, let's jump on to the next thing, because there was quite a few things in here that we want to cover. So I did the ultimate on the move. I did the actual syndicate. Oh, the Archon crystals. That's going to be 50. All right, let's jump up to 50, 15. So like I say, this was actually a 2-hour stream. So it was like not too far away. Here we go. 1550. All right, we're going to get into it. So also they talked about making changes to the starter frames, basically their abilities. Mag's pull, they're going to make it where she can pull stuff in front of her, which is pretty cool. But of course, they said they're going to nerf it for the Helminth system. So we'll see, right? And I didn't even use it on Nyx. I should have did that a long time ago, right? But anyway, so they go through those people, get to my Arcolite here. I know they have it in here. Okay, I think she's going to get into it here in a sec. Okay, she's doing some pulls. Hold on. I did that. All right, let me go see exactly where because I wasn't trying to see her do the pull. I just wanted to actually get to the Archons. Because Mag, some people, that's their main, and Mag's pretty good once you play around with it and know what's going on. It took me a while to figure out. Took me a minute to figure out, like, what in the world? So, because he jumped into the actual, okay, and they talked about the actual Rivens. It's going to be able to stack them, it sounds like. Didn't really get into that. I think I unveiled like one or two. I don't really get a whole bunch of these yet, but I know they make a big difference in weapons. But then also, depending on how many people use the weapon, it has a certain rating. So it does more for weapons that you don't have a lot of people using versus ones that people do use. But apparently, it still makes a difference. So yeah, I'll jump past that. Like I said, certain stuff I know about, certain things I'm still kind of in the water about. So I'm gonna jump past that because I'm looking for the Archon information. Because the Archon information was interesting. Now he's breaking down the actual AoE stuff here, and this right here was the part I was basically showing you all with my gameplay. I don't have sure-footedness on Wukong, so when I shoot, I'm gonna fall down. I mean, it is what it is. This person has the sure-footedness on them, and they were just saying how this is more automated. And then if you use Wukong, they have a part where they show Wukong in here playing it, and it's just like, they were saying that this is the extreme, but my thing is, the extreme, I guess it's one of those things where they're saying it's actually affecting other players. When I run if I run like a Fisher mission, yeah, I'm gonna run into other players where they just, you pretty much look like you walk through the fog of war. I mean, because it just smoke everywhere. It's smoke all over the place. You just running through. You getting points because you're trying to get your actual fissures, void fissures. But that's not fissures. But you're trying to get your. Oh my goodness, can't think of the word of it. I just had a blank out on stream. Anyway, the things you get to stack up to crack the relics, right? So you're trying to get those. But here what they did was they said they're going to get rid of they're trying to make it. So basically what they're going to do is they're going to get rid of or not get rid of it, but they're going to cut down on the AoE of the weapon. And also they wanted more ammo to come into play in the game. So now it sounds like you're going to have to really look for ammo. So we'll see how that is, because there's certain missions that already do that. So no comment. But they said, you know, they don't want you in those missions where you can just run around shooting up stuff and then you need ammo. So here they're showing where they cut down on the actual holster speed, so that when you switch to your secondary as a backup because you don't have no ammo for the primary, then this is supposed to help you. But I mean, I've been on missions where I run out of ammo on both of them. So I don't, hey, it is what it is. But I play a lot of solo, so maybe I'm just the weird unicorn in the room. I just, something's wrong with me. Something wrong. Yeah. So anyway, so we'll see. But like I say, the AoE, they're going to cut down on it quite a bit. I think he says it's going from like 44% all the way down to maybe 24. I might be calling that wrong, but he was saying that it was a mistake in the first place. My thing is I like stuff going boom. So yeah, I'm the critic. I'm the one like, hey, I need stuff to blow up. I need something destroying things. I need it to be a wreck. I want the enemy to realize, hey, maybe I shouldn't have signed up with this side. Maybe it was the wrong thing to do. So I'm at that point. We did that 58. Already covered that. All right. So yeah. So he basically went through a long spiel about the actual ammo and all of that. And that's where they went into the swap between the primary and secondary. And they're going to change some of the mods because they do have the speed swap. So virtual swap, I think that one will probably stay. I don't know, because it's got damage. But of course they got into WUKONG and the Brahma. So my thing is, these are weapons that you go for or that you're getting. Like I just got them. You got to do a little bit to get them. Like you can't just start the game and go get the Brahma. Like it's not. And if your Lich get up to 5, you're gonna be really upset trying to get the Brahma. And don't try and take on the one with the Kuva, because they just boom all the time. So it might help you, but for the most part, AoE with that one, you're not going in there just going to pick that weapon. It's gonna be a fight. So this is the Firestorm, and they're gonna knock this down. So I wasn't feeling that too much. They're basically saying how much it goes to. So I don't know if this is the max here. This is 44. Mine's at 48. And mine's not even maxed out. So obviously mine may not be a big deal. So I'll show that when we're done, just kind of see where mine is from here. But all right, I'll go and show right now. So I'm going to jump over to the other screen and just go jump into mine real quick. So on mine, let me go in here and look. I didn't even left. I finished this. I'm so smart. All right, let's get out of here. I'm gonna go back to that first. Let's get back to the base, and then that way you can kind of see exactly what's going. Like see the difference. Now mine is not maxed, obviously, but it's not. I think I had like 3 points before it's maxed out. So if this is maxed at 44, then mine must be quite high. It must be quite high when you get it up, get it maxed out. But like they said, a lot of people, you got people complaining, and my thing is, you got a lot of crybabies, man. You got a lot of crybabies, man. In games in general, man, you got a lot of crybabies. So, and I noticed like when I used to play like certain games, like play Warcraft a long time ago, and you would see updates that came out that didn't make really any sense. But it's because somebody's crying. Like, hey, they doing this, they overpowered, blah, blah, blah. My thing is, in this game, you can add some stronger enemies and not just level wise. Like you could add some stronger. I think the Eximus was a really good move for the game, and then people was crying about that. And don't get me wrong, it was crazy, but man, it was definitely fun, because you in there like, dude, like I'm not breaking through the shield, I'm not breaking through this. This is a problem. Unfortunately, it was a problem for the whole community, so they was like, yeet, get them up out of here. They was like, So I'm like, you know what I'm saying? It's okay, man. It's okay. It's okay. So anyway, let's look at this one on mine. So you can see on mine, let me move that guy out the way real quick. But you can see on mine that the mine is basically 3 away from max. I probably maxed it out before this happened just to see. They said they'll pay you back. You know what I'm saying? Pay you back, baby. They said they'll pay you back. So mine's at 48%. You know, you saw what it was doing. So technically, you know, if I don't level it up, I will lose like 3%. So it won't hurt me too bad. But the people that don't max it out, right? Max it all the way out. Like, you know, it might be a little significant. So that's supposed to change, like I say, also the holster speed. Now this right here, I'm not sure if they're gonna mess with this one because you know, it's for a specific weapon, so maybe they won't touch it, but hopefully they won't touch it. Let's just stay with that. Let's say hopefully they won't touch it. Okay, leave it alone, DE, leave it alone. You know, and then they mentioned about having some other stuff in their back pocket that they might do. So I'm just like, I'm not feeling your DE right now on that one. So we'll see what they do on that part, man. But for the most part, the changes didn't look too crazy. I mean, yeah, you know, WUKONG was the one I'm like, nah, man, I use my dude all the time, player. Don't mess with my dude. Sometimes I need that backup. I need the backup. All right, so let's go. I think I'm getting through it. I was looking for the ARCHON and I don't see them. That's interesting. So I'll just break down ARCHONs. I think when I get into the actual crystals, maybe I had my stuff mixed up. So I did that. We had to fit the 1 minute hour. We did the swap. Okay, it was the 119 mark. So this was the official one out there, 119. So at the 119 mark is when they talk about the Fisher missions. And these are basically supposed to give you the option to have higher level missions. Like I said, when it comes to Fissures, I'm not trying to be in there all day. I mean, most time I'm doing Fisher missions. Now, if I'm just trying to crack Relic back to back to back, then I'm doing a survival for the most part, unless they got to capture. They got to capture them like boom, boom, boom. If I'm just trying to build up my actual void traces, then I would actually probably run a survival just to stay in there for a long time, and it's going to keep going until I decide to leave, right? Or because even if enough people leave in survival, you still usually won't get pulled out for the most part. But in most of these times, I would do it only because of the steel S's and the Arcalites, but it wouldn't be one of those things where if it's something I'm trying to get right now, I'm not going to fool with it. Now, if I'm just goofing around trying to get traces and just run there just to see what I can get, see if I get a higher. So my thing is, if I run those, I know most people say when they do STEELPATH, you have a higher chance of getting certain items in STEELPATH over normal missions. So in this one, it might benefit if you see, okay, I'm doing these missions, they might be harder, but I'm getting the part more often, then I can see the benefit. If there's no real difference in me doing this except for just getting the steel essence, and yeah, you know what I'm saying? So it's gonna depend. But if it takes that same presence of the regular STEELPATH missions actually, you know, giving you extra or giving you closer to the item you're looking for, then I can see it. So if they do that, then I'm like, okay, I'm on board. But for the most part, if I'm just rushing to get something, I'm not doing that. I'm not running through there, man, trying to do these high level enemies and like, dude, I could have been through this extermination mission a few minutes ago, right? I'm still in here talking to people like, oh, you still up? Oh, okay, my bad. Still up? You still up? Okay, this person's still up. So let's jump on to the next one. So we got that out the way. They talked about headshots as well. They talked about the actual headshots. Basically, the AoE weapons won't do headshots anymore, which I didn't really know that was a thing, but apparently they won't do AoE. Now, I don't know if that's gonna affect the cha. I don't know how you say it, the cha. I don't know if it's gonna affect this weapon, because this weapon right here actually does have an AoE type deal, and it deals crazy damage to headshots. So I'm not really sure. So it says detonate heads with this slow fire. Well, actually, no, it's precision. So he did mention. Okay, so this one will be okay. So basically, if you got precision weapon, he mentioned you would get like maybe a 3% bonus on the damage. So like Rubico's, the Victus, baby, that's my dog. Also, I'm wondering if this right here gets a bonus, man. This Epitaph. Oh my goodness, the Epitaph is. Ooh, I love this weapon. This weapon right here will mess you up bad. This. Now the only thing is with the whole little ammo thing they talking about, we might have a problem because I run it and I don't run it. I run this like a sniper weapon basically. That's what I run it with. Now I do love the AoE part of it, and mine right now may not do. Let's see, do I? And I don't. So the thing is, I don't have. This has innate AoE on it. So I'm gonna show you this real quick. Let me jump over to that one. So we jump to that one because I want to show that how that looked. And I'm up here talking about the weapon. Y'all like, dude, I don't see the weapon you talking about, player. So anyway, let me get back to here. So this is the weapon I was just talking about a minute ago. And I was showing the Firestorm's 48%. And they have 44 on theirs maxed out. So it won't hurt me too bad. I'll be good to go. But like I say, the ammo thing, this is the guy I was talking about as far as this one is basically a rifle. And it actually does this little thing here. Detonates heads with slow firing a rifle and that rewards precision. So they said you're going to get a 3% bonus or 3 times bonus on that, right? So I don't know how disgusting this is going to be going forward because this thing is this gun is now they do have a skin for it that I like. I wish they would come out with one that's the same as the other one, the STYANAX or whatever it's called. This is cool. This is cool, but the one I like, I wish they did this for multiple weapons. This one right here, this little, oh my goodness, son. You know what I'm saying? It looks, So I really wish they'd do something like this on those other weapons and give them like a different, I mean, if it's more of a sniper style type of weapon, give it that look. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even see if this got a look. Nope, no look whatsoever. But anyway, we're going to show the STYANAX because this thing right here is beautiful, man. It's a beautiful thing. So I want to see where I can go. I'm gonna just go from the I'm gonna go ahead and go to the actual the appearance and jump into a capture scene. I probably go. We'll just go out. We'll just go here. That's fine. So the thing about this Epitaph, I use this quite a bit off of my primary because with me getting these higher end weapons, not higher end, but we'll say like the Kuva Bram and all those, they run out of ammo anyway. So I mean, I hear what they talking about, but I don't hear what they talking about. They run out of ammo anyway. So let's see if I can get anybody on this thing. Anyway, we're just gonna show. So this guy right here, this is the STYANAX, however you say it. It's got this is the primary fire on it, and then this is secondary. Lock it in and fire. Hold on, it ain't doing it, baby. There we go, secondary fire, baby. So I'm not sure how the AoE part's gonna blast on this thing. You know what I'm saying? I'm not really sure how that's if the AoE in this one's gonna be changed a lot because this one is gonna be. Now the thing is, I hope this stays like it is because it's basically ridiculous. So this is the big boy gun, right? Now the secondary is this guy. You hold it, boom, you get that single shot. That's precision. That's what I got it built for. It will mess you up. Now I do have a railjack build that's for this part. When you fire this, you see it's just got this built-in AoE. I don't even have a firestorm on this thing, so I don't even know what it would do with a firestorm. Might be pretty interesting, but in general, when you hit enemies, it's going to actually explode. And yeah, when it explodes, it's just like they get frozen. So I'm gonna just go run into a mission real quick just to go see what it looks like. But so you can get an idea. I use it a lot, especially on like Earth or anywhere where I'm actually fighting and the enemies are kind of hard to tell where they're at. So like the dogs in the grass, if you hit one, sometimes there's a bunch of them in the grass and you don't really see them. And you're like, yo, man, where they at? Well, this weapon right here is perfect for actually finding the animals or finding them in there. But also if you do like STEELPATH, which that's the reason I even got it. When you do STEELPATH, you definitely using this weapon, using it quite a bit. Now, I'm not having progressed all the way through the chart. Let me see if I got something just basic. I don't want to go on the ground. We'll go capture. We'll go capture, and we'll go energy drain. That's gonna be terrible. Actually, I don't want this weapon. I want the other weapon. So I'm gonna go get my other one. Go get my Orgus. The Brahma's the one that they brought up mainly. You know, of course, the Brahma's like, ah. Actually, you know what? I love this. Yeah, this right here, this bow is disgusting. I love this bow so much. Pretty much all these guns here, they're gonna touch up on the Wraith a little bit, but I think it was just a mod. It was amalgamon, I think that's how I say it, mod, that they're gonna make an adjustment on that. But other than that, we should be good. So I got my dude, and I usually run this for these bigger weapons. I usually run carrier, because of course, if you don't know, carrier gives you he basically picks up ammo, but he also increases the capacity of the weapon, so helps out a lot. That's all we're gonna say. Let's go, man. So we'll run over here and try and get this dude, see what time it is, so you can kind of see that epitaph, because I mainly use the other one for the most part on that one. We go down here to my dude, and here we go. Where you at, buddy boy? My voice sounds better, man. It sounds better. I just don't know with my music, man. I hate my music can't play. I'm gonna get it down pat though, bro. I used to do this, man. I used to do this. What's wrong with you, man?
You killed him with one blow.
I know, right? All right, let's go. A ship. All right, man. What my dude? My energy. Now I usually run a different. I don't even have the right build. Come think about it. I got a build where I usually have preparation set up, so I got energy already. I'll come down here and see what we doing. Big boy to the face. You know what I'm saying? To the face. Oh, this ain't even STEELPATH. What the heck? Get out of here, man. Okay, I know I switched to STEELPATH before I left, man. What the heck? He's like, no. Why you come here with all this firepower, man? It's like, my bad, dude. My bad. Okay, that's weird. Okay, I'm pretty sure you see that's highlighted. So let me click this again and click it back. Oh, you know why? I'm doing a nightmare mission. Doggone it. Okay, whatever. Can't do the nightmare mission. Okay, I forgot, man. Nightmare missions are regular, so I can't do it with that one. Anyway, we're gonna do just a regular mission. I'm going here with the epitaph so you can see what it does. If you don't know what it does, you're gonna find out. You find out. Okay, and you let me know. I think these are like, what are these, like 25? I forgot my dude is in here too. So let's go switch over to this one. I'm not bringing out the twin right now. I got a juice. So he's gonna probably die just from that, right? So the thing is, this thing has such a high crit. If you get a headshot, it's a wrap. And even if you don't get a headshot, so that's the main reason or main way I use it. I just use that like a sniper rifle. Okay, is anybody else up here? I usually use this like a sniper rifle. Now as I come down, jump. Oh, I couldn't get on that. Okay, whatever. We're gonna jump up here. I don't see nobody down. Okay, there we go. There's somebody. Let me just fire it fast. You see how it's doing the AoE to him? Now, anybody that gets hit by that has been slowed down. Slowed down. So I like using this because it slows down a whole group of people. Then it gives me time to charge up and get a clean headshot. I can't get one on him because he got his back turned to me. Well, she don't have her back turned to me. I'm gonna take her out. Uh-oh. Let's see if the damage. You see the damage? You see the damage? The critical damage is ridiculous. The critical damage is ridiculous. This guy right here, boom, he's gonna drop. Probably, he might drop me. All right, so this down. Oh, did I get my target yet? Oh yeah, I got a long way for the target. Gonna jump down. Fire. Fire. Now for these guys here, get through that initial shield or that little shield they have initially, and it's gone, right? He's done. So you get a headshot. Now, if you don't get a clean headshot, you still will get critical damage on them, which is really good. And this is my quick little get everybody slowed down. Boom. She's done. I don't know why she tried to hit me. I don't know why she tried to hit me. Oh, I didn't make it in time. Try to keep my little save alive. Where'd he go? Did he run? Is somebody... Now, I gotta watch out. A sniper will trash me. But I like this weapon a lot, like I say, because I still have my primary weapon to do a lot of damage, but this weapon will put you down, right? Put him down. Got somebody over here. Somebody's below me. Now he's going to die. So if you get a clean shot on them, they're not getting up, right? You're not. Oh, now that's the one that hit me. Okay. Like I said, if there's a sniper around you in STEELPATH, you better watch yourself, because if they get a clean shot, I don't have no health, man. He's not really built for it. Like, I run STEELPATH for rescue because I can blow through with the vapors, and if I'm just trying to get through the mission for some reason, but for the most part, I'm trying to deal with the arc lights when I can. I usually mute it out when I hear them pop up on the map, so you're gonna probably not hear the game when it pops in. He's down, but this is the actual epitaph, right? Somebody back here?
Bring them in.
Okay, I thought somebody's back there. Nobody's back there. We're gonna go through here, which is interesting. I guess I'm just supposed to scan them jokers, because oh, you gonna run off like that? You know what? Don't be shy. Now the other part about his cloud is you can actually aim while you're in the cloud. That right there is beautiful. Hit the cloud. You know what I'm saying? You just be like, yo, I'm in the cloud. It's almost like invisibility. It's almost like invisibility, because you can cloak out and move at the same time. It's just a beautiful thing, man. It's basically, yeah, it's a whole different level, man. It's a whole different level. So I'm not using my dude right now. It's probably one of the roller balls. Now that's all right. Let's see if we get him. Charge it up. Oh, he's already down. All right, beautiful. Somebody hit. Who else is hit? Oh, he's over there. Somebody's over here too. All right, so they're coming in. Arc light's coming in. I'm gonna use try and take him out with my cloud on him. I'm gonna try now. This other thing is good for slowing him down if I can get away from him. Now some of them gonna do the little walker thing on you. So I'm gonna try and cloud out on him, switch out, and try and slow him down with this, because he's really my main target. I don't really care about the rest of these people right now, because he can mess you up, but for the most part it's not too bad. I mean, I usually take them all out. He's got the little glass thing. Let's see, he should be gone in about now. If I get a clean shot on him, get a clean one, he should go. All right, he's out of here. That got him out of here. Move out to my dude here. Bring it back up. So he's down. So I need to find out. Oh, get him out the way. I thought he was looking behind him. What the heck? You look behind you while you playing? All right, so we're good in here. But oh, how much time? Okay, I'm not. I thought I was too far away from my guy. So let's go up here and get this turned off. All right, so pretty much when I come in these, I'm just showing you the actual epitaph. Just that AOE on it, man, is just, you know. And you can mess, like, if they're not high level, even if they're high level, you get a critical on that, on the AOE on the damage, so you got a crit on that. But I charged the weapon up. That's what makes it so good. You know, if you get in trouble, you can AOE a crowd real quick, get your AOE on real fast, and then charge up and take out certain ones. You got a main person you take out, like I was taking the Arclight out, so that became my main target. And that's why I took them out. Now this person, I guess they just said, "I forget it, man." They just looked the other way. Oh, I gotta go in the water after this Joker. Blast it. Can I get? Okay. All right, I might can get him. Let's see if we can get him without. Now, anytime you get the cloud like that, just keep hitting that mud. Keep hitting the cloud. Keep hitting the cloud. That lets me see him good, and then boom, I can get him. Now I'm gonna cloud out on this dude. Charge up, pop him, cloud out, charge up, pop him. Now those are not headshots technically because they got that back on them, but it's critical. It's enough crit to take them out. He's gonna get took out too because the crit on him.
Our target is dying.
And boom. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this person, get him, send them off to the headquarters because they was doing dirt. We had to track them down.
Killed him with one blow.
Now I didn't get that one blow on him, but still, you know, now we get the extreme dude over here, okay? So now that right there with these guys, you can get killed, especially with the way he's built right now. I don't have him built with some things protecting him at all, so he can get messed up. But if I get him a clean shot to the face, now the good thing about this weapon is it doesn't always take them out with one blow. So with those guys, you know, you might get a drop off of them, might get a riven, I think riven shard. So if you hit them and you see it went down to shows a little thing you can do the mercy on them, go ahead and get him out the way, right? So it's a benefit. It basically is a well-rounded weapon. And I love it a lot, man. I love it a lot. So these guys right here, now I'm running GLOOM at the same time, so this is a terrible thing. I mean, I don't even know how that's even fair. I don't even know how that's fair. Chill out, man. Get out of here. All right, so we're gonna go down here. Now we get to go with the walker. So this is what makes the Cloud Walker so fun, man. Because you can go, and mine, I don't know if I do have a speed mod on mine, I believe, as well. So with Cloud Walker, you can just get in, get out of missions. You know, you can attack people while you're in Cloud Walker too. Like you saw where I was just hovering, had the gun traced up, ready to go, and then I fired a shot right before I dropped out the cloud. So that right there, he just got his kid is ridiculous. Let's just put it that way. You know, his kid's ridiculous. The kid is ridiculous, son. So if you want to leave, if you want to get out of something quick, especially on capture missions, it's a beautiful thing. Now, this is the weapon that I don't know. It may not be a big deal what they're going to do as far as the AoE. Now, my twin would, you know, right now my twin wouldn't take any damage apparently. And I think it's to a degree he don't, but he does. Because my twin gets killed after a while. So if there's enough enemies in the room. So the way they showed it, you know, we'll see. But they say he can get knocked down when he fires a weapon, stuff like that. My thing is maybe just bring the basically the self-damage back. I don't know. We'll see. You know, bring it back if you have to. But this weapon right here, man, if you have not experienced just napalm at its best, man, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to spread the love. You know what I'm saying? You know, I'm spreading the love with this, man. I love this weapon. So we got my dude. Okay. And then the other part is you got the EPITAPH. Now, if I one-shot you to the... Now, if you shoot somebody with the face of this, you know, it's not one of those things where you got to worry about it. You just don't get any precision headshot bonus or whatever. But in general, weapons like this are ridiculous when it comes to the crowd. So my thing is they're trying to adjust the ammo on it and all that stuff. So we'll go on that and see exactly. You know, is it... Anyway, we out of here. So let's jump into it. I just want to give you an idea what the EPITAPH, as far as that AoE part of it. Now that's built in. You saw I didn't have any firestorm on that weapon. And it's supposed to get 3 times damage because it's a precision weapon. So it might be pretty disgusting. It's bad enough and not bad enough, but it's good and still bad, but it might become glorious. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Let me know in the comments. You like, you know, that weapon's okay. Or you like, thank you for showing my weapon of choice. It is my assassin's tool kit 101. I teach everybody how to use it. You know, if you that type of person, you might need to stop playing the game. I'm just saying, man, maybe you just enjoyed it a little bit way too much. So jump back into that, man. Oh my goodness, man. Like, what the heck is going on, people? What the heck is going on? Oh my goodness. Yeah, they talk about some patches, but of course, let me jump back because my dude right here, they talk about my guy and how he actually, you're gonna play him like once a week, so to speak, and get to do different things with him. So we'll jump into that. Yeah, so PROTEA, that's the one I wanted to talk about. PROTEA was the one I wanted to talk about. PROTEA looks awesome. Like, I would say the first skin I think I purchased, like literally was like, I got to get that skin, was Avara when she came out. That was like, okay, the deluxe skin, tough, right? So I got that one. Anybody else? Oh, I did give Volt his Void, not the shell. I did the shell already, but he's got another one there. He looks more like he's got an energy R running through him. I think it was when a new war came out. Only thing is, I got the Xbox with all that on it, and I got some stuff on this one, so I kind of would like to merge them. I don't know how that would go down, but honestly, that's really what my mind says at, because I got stuff across both of them at this point. But this is PROTEA. Man, this is a clean build. Like the person that they said they talked to one of the people in the community to do it. You can go in there and see exactly who it is. But this right here looks, it's fresh. I'm getting this one. I'm getting this one. I'm getting this one. I like PROTEA anyway, But this one, this definitely is a keeper. You know, this is a keeper, people. I'm getting this one, people. The helmet on it, man. So yeah, so it's man. So let me know in the comments what your thoughts were. But this mother is good. And they had one that it was like had gold on it. See the gold? Yeah, that's the one right there. So that when they switch it to the gold, I'm like, ooh, okay, we got that ancient ability right here, son. We got that ancient ability, son. So yeah, man. So that's that part. I don't even know if I got the crystals in this mode. We did that part. We did Protea. The VEILBREAKER was the next one they were about to jump into. But yeah, the Protea definitely getting that one. The 135 mark. We should jump over to that now. Alright, so that's the quest, the VEILBREAKER, that'll show up in your log. You'll be able to play that. And then, like I say, you'll play it like once a week. And you get to talk to this guy. He'll send you on missions. And apparently, once you get him, you'll get to fight the Archelites. Or not Archelites, I'm sorry. My goodness, I was about to say the Archons. Yeah, the Archons. So if you ain't played the new war, you don't know nothing about that. You don't know nothing. You don't know now. It's okay, man. It's okay. But eventually you'll know, right? Because you keep playing, you'll finally get to that part. They got some eye patches. That was okay. Then you got a little gameplay with him that you run around. Basically, once again, new war-ish. If you play the new war, you'll know where this is coming from. If you don't, never played it, too bad, so sad. You'll get to it, man. You'll get to it. So this is what I was trying to get to right here. You're actually going to be able to do this once a week. Well, let me take that back. You can complete it once a week. You play it all week long. So this is supposed to be the harder content. So they said they're going to see how it goes. So once again, hopefully people won't lose their mind, because of course the biggest thing about making your frame, and that's any game, the biggest thing about getting your stuff a lot stronger than it needs to be for general content, it's because you're doing harder content, right? So when you show up with the regular crowd, they're like, oh man, you just glorious, right? But when you in there against what you got to fight because you got that equipment, it's a different ball game, because the people in there with you like, dude, like we got to work on some stuff, right? Because we still leveling up to take out this boss. That's what it sounds like they're trying to get in the game. Hopefully it works out, right? We'll see, right? We'll see. But the caveat is, once you get this through, you get to do these crystals, right? So we'll get to that part real quick. Man, I must have my timing mixed up on here. No, I'm right, 43. I'm like, what the heck? Well, my timing's off, man. But the thing is, so the Helminth system, if you never used it before, I don't know how to tell you, but it basically allows you to take one frame's abilities and move them to another frame. But there's specific abilities, right? And you have to use a frame and put it in there. It can't be a prime frame. Use that ability, and you basically take it into the Helminth system. It's in there permanently once you get it in there, and then you can just swap it out on different frames as you want to use it. You got three different what you call bills for a frame that's basic, and then you can pay 10 platinum to get another one for each frame or whatever you want. So if you want to have like 4 or 5 different bills on the exact same frame, you can do that. Just know your polarities come into play in that, so we won't get into that. But the crystal part on here was pretty dope, because you'll be able to get these crystals, and based on what you get, you'll get a certain ability that's going to increase on that frame, and it's permanent, right? But the other part is, if you got a frame that doesn't have like a prime Hildren, you know what I'm saying, you can get that and pull those crystals out and put it on your big dog when they show up in that glorious state. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna see. But of course, you get once a week. So I think that's why they're like, hey, if you work once a week to get these, and right here you can see the different abilities that the crystals give. Of course, if you get the higher end crystal, these Toeforge crystals, you get those, the Toeforge crystals, let me know how to say it. If you get those crystals, you get a bonus to it, right? So you get the regular crystals, then you get these crystals that can drop, and they give you more of a bonus on them, right? So of course people are going to be going for that higher end, but also just getting the regulars will make a difference. But also it's going to affect the regular game. So if you in there in a fishing mission, or you doing a survival, and the other person just in here just chilling, that might be what it is. And then also we got the I was about to say it. We have the arbitration missions, right? So if you die in that mission, somebody else has got to pick you up. So these sound like they kind of built up the same way, because when we went back to that, you could see that they have it in there on that mission where you can't, it says respawns and consumables, you can't use them. Okay, so it's basically the same as an actual arbitration mission to a degree. I don't know. It sounds like your teammate's gonna have to pick you up. So I think what they're doing, they're trying to give you something that makes it worthwhile to come in here, and you really just can't walk in the door, because you have to do the other missions first to get this open for what it sounds like. I believe you got to deal with your boy in the guy where you run around like as glam. Pretty much not glam, but it's like running around like glam, or basically a Grenier. You run around him, do that mission, then he's got some information, and then you come over here and you do this part. So you have to do the new war before you get to this, but I'm thinking that's what this is going to kind of introduce. It kind of looks like Swordies, right, but with a twist. But this right here, I think is more, I would do this over a Swordie, basically, because this right here, I'm going to definitely be able to increase my frames abilities and strengths, and that's going to help me when I'm doing other stuff like farming or anything I need to do quickly. I know I got enough strength to walk in the door and say, hey, let me add that. I don't have to guess, right? So that's what that's about right there. So that looks interesting. That definitely looks interesting. And like I say, you can do them once a week. You get them once a week. So if you beat it, you can, that's your one time. Kind of like when I used to play Warcraft, you had certain dungeons. I think they were heroic dungeons. You could only play them like once a week. I think it's like it's once a week. And so you had a couple of them though that you could play, but you only do them once a week. And if you beat it, then that was it. And I think if you failed it, that was it. I could be wrong, but I know definitely if you beat it, you couldn't go back in there. I think if you failed it, you had so many times you could fail that you couldn't. I think it would lock out. But in here, they like say they're telling you that you can go in here and play it. You can see no self revives, only another person. Last gas penalty, activating this base reduces the timer by 2 seconds. So they're trying to cut back. Now they did mention on that ability they're making changes to it, so it actually works better. I haven't used it yet, but basically they said that the fill meter basically starts to decrease as soon as you get the first person down, and then you're kind of against the clock trying to get the next one, whereas now it's going to stay at that level for a little bit longer. And then two, if you take out an Xmas unit, it's going to fill up all the way just off top, and it's enough of them in the game that you should be able to find one pretty quickly, and that's going to revive. So I have to play around with the ability a little bit more to see what that is, but that's kind of my overall gist on it. If something's off, let me know in the comments. And then you got the pre-dev durations reduced after each time pre-dev's entered, a minimum of 5 seconds. So not really sure what that's about. I guess it's your time frame of being able to get revived. Maybe I'm wrong, so let me know in the comments on that. I'm not really sure on that part, so we're going to jump past that. We did the ARCHON. This right here is probably one of the bigger ones that I think is going to be kind of interesting how it pans out. And then they even mentioned it during the actual stream, like we're going to try it out, because they know when it comes to like really hard content, they get a lot of pushback. But like I say, you so focused on fashion frame, and it's cool that like I love the looks and stuff, but it's like, man, go and give us that challenge, because the Xmas, when they first came out, I'm gonna put out a video like, yo, remember when they first came out?
You killed him.
Not them. You wasn't taking them out with one blow, baby. Not today. You had to crack that shell. You know what I'm saying? You had to crack the shell, did get to them. But in general, no, you wasn't doing that. So I think I don't know if I deleted those, because they basically nerfed it so quick. I'm like, oh man. But I'm at the look and see if I got the video. So I'm like, man, these dudes, we was in there and people wouldn't go past like, I think 10 rounds or 15 rounds in Hydron. Them jokers showed up like, hey, give us the money. We're like, you not getting nothing in here. Although it was pretty crazy. It was pretty crazy, man. So that was that. Let me see. We did the Archon. Let's see what else you got. Last gas. Okay, and he talks about the last gas around here. So you can look that up. So it's at the 148 mark, 148.14. He talks about the last gas, and let me see, 48.14. If I can jump back some, there we go. That's about close. So she actually covered it. Megan covered it as far as the actual last gasp, and they were just, their reasoning behind it was because like I said earlier, it seemed like you was fighting against the clock. I haven't used the ability, so I can't really tell you a lot on it. But once I get it, I've been kind of working on my my focus schools, kind of trying to get in the ones that are actually unlockable. So that's one thing, when you start something over, man, you kind of a lot more efficient when you play it. So I'm kind of irritated because I can't get my cloak. I'm really mad. I'm trying to figure out what the heck, I can't get my cloak. I got it on my Xbox. I walk around PC, everybody got the cloak on, and I can't get my cloak. Anyway, I had to get that out. I had to get that out, man. And let's see what else we got. Let's see. Oh, so at the end of the stream, I would say if you watch at the end of the stream, you get to see the whole anime at the end of it. So that was pretty cool. But for the most part, that's pretty much all I wanted to cover on it. Pretty much all I wanted to talk about on that one was that. And I would say that's about it, man. That is about it. So let me know in the comments, what you like, didn't like, was it good? Are you excited about what's coming? I mean, September's pretty much 3 days away. Well, 4. I think it was 31, 30. I don't know, 31, 30 days. I don't know. It's either 3 or 4 days away. So once it hits, then the timer's ticking. I don't know if I didn't see an actual date on the little VEILBREAKER trailer, or the VEILBREAKER at the end of it. So not exact. I don't think they're giving an exact date for it. So let us know if they did. And man, so I'm gonna just go run around and play for a little bit. But that's all I wanted to really cover, with those different things in there as far as the actual, hey, what are we gonna be doing, baby? What are we gonna be doing? So yeah, that's it. That is it, man, when it comes to that, man. So let me know in the comments, if you like, man, I'm excited. I don't know what's going on, where we going with this, blah, blah, blah. I'm gonna play around with my music a little bit, try and get that squared away, see if I can get that working properly. Otherwise, I'm gonna just leave it off this stream, and I'll do a couple of test streams to try and get that lined up. So I'm gonna bring it back up and see what it does. So here we go. So anyway, let's get back to it. I'm gonna go ahead and play a little bit, and then I'll probably jump out of here, man. I probably won't be here too long. I just want to get that in, go ahead and give my thoughts and views on that. Like, yo, I'm thinking, I'm feeling that, but I'm not 100% sure. Or, y'all need to do something with that. Oh, don't do it like that. Don't be tripping, man. Don't be tripping. going to do it, man. I think we're gonna go ahead and pack it up, work on this sound offline, see where that goes. Hope you enjoyed the stream, man. Trying to get some things going. We'll see how it goes. Trying to make sure things are a lot cleaner. But the most part, man, got through it pretty good, I think. And let me know what your comments, thoughts, views. Like, yo, man, that was good stuff, man. And like, dude, like that was. Leave a like, leave a I don't like it, whatever. Just make sure you leave something. Comment. You know, hit your boy up. You want to support? Let me know. It's the Ghost, man. Deuces.